everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today what I have for you is the Apeman M9 Pico Projector. Now this Pico Projector you can get on Amazon, and of course I will have that link in the description below. There is the box that it comes in, and it kind of just says it's 17 millimeters thick, and it can do a up to 100-inch screen. You have a few specs on this as well. It's Android 4.4. It does have Wi-Fi embedded. It is Bluetooth 4.0 embedded as well. It does have a 4200 milliamp battery that will allow for up to 120 minutes of playback, and it does have Texas Instruments DLP in this as well. Now they give you a nice carry case that this comes with, and I'll set that in the back, and they give you a few other things too. Of course, such as a user manual. You also get an AC to USB adapter for recharging the battery or running it off power, and you get this USB to DC cable to do that with as well. And then they give you a nice basic remote here, which does the job. I prefer to, on projectors that run off Android especially, to hook up an external mouse or keyboard for this. Now if we want to look at the specs real quick, it's very simple. They've got them all laid out here for us. Now I will leave these up if you want to freeze this and check it out, but just to go through it, it's DLP technology. Native resolution is 854 by 480. The throw size is 30-inch screen to 100-inch screen. It supports most screen ratios, 4:3, 16:9, or 16:10. The LED light source there, 70 lumens. Contrast ratio is 2000 to 1, rated at 20,000 hours for your lifetime. Now this CPU is an RK3128, has 1 gigabyte of DDR3 memory, it has 8 gigabytes of storage, runs off Android 4.4, Bluetooth 4.0. Your Wi-Fi is also there at 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. A micro SD card, a maximum of up to 32 gigabytes, and it has 2 USB outputs, HDMI output and aux output, and that internal 4200 milliamp battery. So if we take a look at it, you will look at that. There is the lens on the front and your exhaust for your fan underneath. It obviously comes with this nice little kind of three-legged tripod that's very nice for getting this up and running. It's very thin. This isn't much bigger than most people's phones. You've got a dedicated on and off on this side, your micro USB or SD card slot here, supporting up to 32 gigabytes. Now I've tested 32. I have not tested 64. Your focus ring is right here. On the back there is a little speaker here, and I'll get into that. That was my only drawback, is this tiny speaker has a little hum to it when it first activates, but when you're streaming something you don't really notice it, but you'll see that on the demo in just a few seconds. On the right side you have 2 USB ports, which is awesome for either an external USB drive to play files locally. If you don't want to just use your micro SD card, you can use that, or you can hook up a keyboard and or mouse. Your DC in for power, your 3.5 millimeter jack for headphones, which I strongly say use on this, or external speakers or external Bluetooth speakers, just because of this little speaker on the back. And you also get an HDMI, a full HDMI out on this as well. So as far as design goes, on the top they've got your navigation buttons, your back button, and your power button there. So as far as design, they did a really good job on this. It's super thin, super compact, and it works really well. What I want to do now is cut over to the actual demo and show you guys how this is in action. So I'll be right back. Okay everybody, this is the main screen that you're going to see on the Apeman M9 Pico Projector. Across the top you're going to have your Bluetooth status, whether it's on or off, and if there's anything connected to it, your Wi-Fi, your battery power, because there is a battery in this as well. That is rechargeable, and then your system time, and then you're going to have your tabs up top here, which is home. Home is going to have Kodi, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Miracast, Netflix, a built-in web browser, and Skype, and these are going to be kind of just your fast go-to icons that you can check stuff out on. Now your App Center is going to have more where you can go into App Manager, see what's installed on your system, and manage those apps if you want to, and you can go through all of them and find out, if I wanted to have Facebook on here or change any of these, I can uninstall them unless they're pre-installed, which most of these are at this point. You can still uninstall some of them. I installed Play Movies and TV on here, and I also installed Vudu on here as well. so I can show you guys some video, streaming video. You've got some music and File Explorer, and you've got a manual for the device. Now, if you go to Smart Apps, this is going to be your app drawer. It's going to show you all the apps that are on here in a just a quick launch type thing. Again, Netflix, and you have full access to the Play Store on here as well, which works no problems. I don't have any problems with the Play Store. I can go to My Apps. I can update my apps. All these have been recently updated. I can install pretty much anything on the Play Store. So that is awesome to have and works really well. Again, I've installed Voodoo and Play Movies on here already. And then if you go into settings, you're also going to have some things like Ethernet. Now, this particular projector does not support Ethernet. You're going to have Wi-Fi. Let's first look at device info. Again, this runs on Android version KitKat 4.4.4. Your model number is Apeman_M9. You have your kernel version here, and you also have your build number. If you go into sound, you can adjust just the sound, for the system. It pretty much lumps them all together. Now, here's one thing that I want to go over that I do have a nitpick about, and it is the little internal speaker that's in here. Anytime you activate sound, you're going to hear a little bit of a hum that'll go away after about 2 or 3 seconds. So let me see if I can get that on the camera for you. And that'll only last for 2 or 3 seconds, but then it goes away. When you're playing movies or anything like that, you hardly notice it at all, but it is there. I guess it's just how the sound is integrated into the system. So just something to bring up. You can also go into display and you can change color temperature, your projection model. So if you want to rotate this for ceiling mounted or upside down, you can rotate this. You've got auto rotate screen. Brightness, if you want to put the brightness up or down, we can do that as well and make it brighter or depending on your environment or where you're at. If you have, if you're playing this in full daylight, which I can turn this up and you can look at it. It's a Pico projector. It still has really good brightness on it. So they did a good job on it. But if you want to bump the brightness up all the way for daylight viewing or daytime type viewing, you can do that and it will certainly help. But a Pico projector, and most of the ones that I've tested, including the M9 here, do very well in lit rooms and also in dark rooms. So you've got that as well. Now you can change the font size on here as well. And that's about it. You've got your advanced settings. You've got USB settings where you can, and debugging where you can turn it on and off. Your language settings, you can change all of those and change to different languages. And there are a ton of them in here, as you can see. So they've got a ton of languages for this. Your pointer speed, I do have a mouse hooked up to this, a USB mouse. You can check your storage out of that 8 gig storage and check that out as well. So they did a really good job on this. If we just wanted to go to YouTube and watch a YouTube video, I'll stream some there for you, and maybe some Netflix, just to kind of show you what the picture quality is like. We can do, maybe honest trailers for Captain America here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. And I meant to, there we go. So as you could hear, the sound on it is this little tiny speaker. It does the job, but again, I would definitely hook up something external, which you can do via Bluetooth or 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. As far as the video goes, the video was excellent. As most Pico projectors I've tested, it's so much more crisp and clear than an LED projector, and it's so much more bright than an LED projector. It just isn't, there's really no compare there. So again, we can do Netflix too. Same story with Netflix. If we wanted to do something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and just play something real quick, Netflix plays on here very well. As you can see, the picture is great. Sound quality, not so great. but fine, you know what I mean, for such a small projector. Again, I would suggest maybe some Bluetooth speakers for this if you're going to sit down and watch a whole movie. Or headphones, you know what I mean, this is such a compact unit, you could literally hook in some 3.5 millimeter headphones to this, and it would be fine. So other than that, video quality on all of these is excellent. I didn't have any problems with any of the video quality. They did an excellent job on this. This Pico projector is very bright. Again, works in lit environments as well as dark environments and still pops at you. It's got good colors. You have Kodi with a myriad of things that you can do on Kodi. You know, if you don't know what Kodi is, this one is 16.1 Jarvis. It's not the newest version here, but I have ABC Family, I think, on here. So I can run that for you and show you what that looks like real quick. And we'll just run something like Shadow Hunters real quick for you to show you how Kodi works. And you can install hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different streaming services. But as you can see, awesome playback on this. No problems whatsoever. Crystal clear picture. Just a little bit weak on that sound, and that's pretty much my only problem with this particular projector, is that the built-in sound isn't that great. But again, that's not a big deal. You can remedy that by either a you know, a 3.5 millimeter connect or a Bluetooth connect. So this closes up my review of the Apeman M9 Pico projector running Android 4.4.4. Again, you can check this out on Amazon, and I will have that link again in the description below for you guys to check it out. I was very impressed with this Pico projector. The CX3 from Apeman I did a review on, and I have that up on my channel, and I'll have a card for that somewhere up here where you guys can check it out. It's a little bit more of a beefier projector. It's not as compact as this, and I'm a little bit more impressed with the CX3 internal speaker wise. That was the only thing on this that I really did not care for, was the internal speaker and how it interacts. You get a kind of a little hum with that internal speaker there. It only lasts a few seconds. I would totally suggest using some exterior speakers for this. But other than that, crystal clear picture, compact size, built-in battery, very, very nice projector that does a great job at what it's supposed to do. My only downfall on it, I think, is actually just the sound. So again, this was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions and comments about the M9, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out on the next video.